I grew up in a small town, the kind where everyone knew everyone. It was quiet, safe, and honestly, a little boring. After college, I got a job in the city, and for a while, I loved it. The energy, the movement, the never-ending buzz of life, it was everything I thought I wanted. But something changed after my dad passed away. The city suddenly felt suffocating, like every noise was a reminder of how far I had drifted from home. So I decided to return. I found a small, affordable house on the outskirts of town. It was a little rundown, but nothing I couldn't fix. More importantly, it was quiet. The nearest neighbor was a few acres away, and the only thing surrounding me was dense woodland. It was peaceful, exactly what I needed. For the first couple of weeks, everything was perfect. I spent my days fixing up the place and my nights enjoying the solitude. That changed when I started noticing the lights. It started subtly. I'd be out on the porch, and out of the corner of my eye, I'd catch a faint glow deep in the woods. At first, I assumed it was just campers or hikers, but the lights appeared every night, always in the same spot. A single unmoving light flickering between the trees. One night, my curiosity got the better of me. I grabbed a flashlight and made my way toward it. The air was still, almost unnaturally so. Even the usual sounds of crickets and rustling leaves were absent. As I got closer, the light didn't get brighter. It just stayed there, hovering in the darkness. Then, as I reached a small clearing, it vanished. No sound, no movement, just gone. Feeling unsettled, I turned to head back home, and that's when I saw it. A figure stood at the edge of the trees, just beyond the reach of my flashlight. I couldn't see its face, but I knew it was watching me. My breath caught in my throat as I took a step back. The figure didn't move, but the air around it seemed to ripple, like heat rising from pavement. My gut screamed at me to run, and I did. I don't remember much of the sprint back to my house, only that I locked every door and window behind me. I stayed up all night waiting for something to happen, but nothing did. The next morning, I convinced myself I had imagined it. Stress, lack of sleep. There were a dozen logical explanations, but as I stepped onto my porch, I saw something that made my stomach drop. Footprints, leading from the woods to my front door. They weren't mine. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe a hunter had passed through, maybe some kids were messing with me, but deep down, I knew neither of those were true. That night, I didn't turn on any lights. I sat in the dark, watching the woods, waiting. The light appeared again, the same flickering glow. But this time, there were more. 2, then 3, then 5. All standing still, all watching. I grabbed my phone, ready to call the police, but before I could dial, the lights went out. A sudden, overwhelming silence filled the air. Then I heard it. A single knock at my back door, not the front door. The back. I turned, my heart hammering in my chest. Another knock, then another. Slow, deliberate. I wanted to run, to hide, but my body refused to move. Instead, I just stood there, staring at the door. The knocking stopped. The silence stretched for what felt like an eternity. Then, just as I thought it was over, the doorknob turned. I don't remember how long I stood there, paralyzed with fear. Eventually, I snapped out of it, grabbing the nearest object, a heavy fireplace poker, and rushing to the door. I yanked it open, ready to swing. Nothing, just the empty night. The next day, I packed my things and left. I didn't tell anyone why, I just said the house wasn't for me. I moved to an apartment in the town, somewhere with people, with noise, with life. I still don't know what I saw out there. I don't want to know. But sometimes late at night, I'll glance out my window, and for a split second, I swear I see a flickering light in the distance.